Good evening. Come into the J Spot. Placing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and Simply E, hold on. Get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Go to YouTube, like and follow our channel there. That's the J Spot Radio. Also, go to TikTok, like and follow us there. The J Spot again, guys. J is Jaye. Turn on the notification bells on all platforms. Happy Thursday, you all. Thank you so much for allowing me to be with you on your ride home or as you're cooking dinner or cleaning up or whatever it is that you're doing. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, listen, we have an amazing show lined tonight. And listen, we're going to go ahead and get it started. Listen, with our first hot topic. Now, listen, you all, I need to know, honestly, I thought about this long and hard. And I said, you know what, listen, the foolishness be real. And that's just what it is. So what do you guys think? Listen, Chris Brown, listen, he has been on tour. He was just here in Chicago. He's just touring all over. So, after Chris Brown's tours, he has meet and greets with his fans and he takes pictures. So the one lady, she took a picture with him and she went viral because the picture that she took, her boyfriend ended up dumping her as a result of seeing the picture that she took with Chris Brown. Now, this is kind of sounding Usherish from last year when Usher was going around, getting with all, grinding and doing whatever, he's sexually serenading the women. But I think at least most of those were celebrities that he was doing that to. But listen, Chris Brown is getting down in the trenches. He is getting with his fans, meet and greet. They're paying up $1,000 and up for these meet and greets. So my question is this: when you're paying $1,000 for a meet and greet, and this is your one shot to meet this celebrity, are you going to do something, especially if you're married or in a relationship? Are you going to do anything that will possibly jeopardize your marriage or your relationship for a picture? Is it that deep? I understand being a fan and fans fan out, but to me, this was when I'm seeing the pictures, I'm just like, well, this is a little more than fanning out. And my thing is this: listen, if you're willing to throw away and tear up your whole household, then by all means, rock out, tear up your household, do whatever it is that you do, make it happen, boo. Do you? But for me, if I paid $1,000 for a meet and greet, now listen, depending on who the celebrity is and depending on my relationship status, will determine the way I'm going to act back there at the meet and greet. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Depending on my relationship status, if I'm married, then the meet and greet, I'm going to conduct myself as married. If I'm in a relationship, depending on, listen, are we headed somewhere, or, we just together, we just seeing what things are going to go. Then, listen, depending on if the moon has eclipsed or not will determine if I'm going to have my best behavior. But being in that single situation, Going in there, I'm knowing that at any time, listen, if things go left, it could cost me. So maybe these women were like, you know what? Listen, it's not every day that you get to meet Chris Brown. So I'm going to do whatever. And should they be given a pass? Should your mate, your spouse, your significant other, should they be given a pass if they are dealing, you meet a celebrity and you get to see them backstage in their, private close meet and greet? Should they be given a pass to fan out and to just spaz out and just do whatever it is that they desired that they would do, because that they'll never see this person again, chances are. But the way social media is, and listen, the way some of these people be out there just getting all to it, listen, you do something freaky enough, somebody gonna keep in contact with you. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. You do something freaky enough, so we can't really say that you'll never see them again. But let's just pretend like, you may never see that celebrity again. Is it okay? Should people be given a pass? Should this woman have been given a pass by her dude to say, you know what, listen, this is Chris Brown. She paid all this money for the meet and greet. She deserves the opportunity to, fan out and to just be there and have a good time. Like she deserves to do this. So I'm not going to ruin it or anything like that for her. I want her to have a great time. I want her to do that. So you know what? She gets a pass on this, because when I go and do mine and I go out and go where I'm going to need her to have the same energy and have the same understanding that I have here. I'm going to need her to give me the same grace that I'm extending to her. But again, if you're married, again, if you and your partner, like, listen, some guys back then it used to be Janet Jackson, but now let's say they meet, who do you all consider sexy these days? I don't know, like the 30 plus men. Who do you all consider, the chick that is sexy? Because it's so much like, I don't know. It's a lot of women out here. It's a lot of women entertainers, but I'm really not sure who's considered hot today and who's not. But whoever the it chick is today, ladies, would you give your dude, husband or boyfriend, a pass to, have, enjoy themselves, do whatever they want to do, behave however they want to behave at this meet and greet, if they got a chance to meet the celebrity, their woman celebrity crush? Because 9 times out of 10, these are crushes. If these people are paying $1,000 to get backstage, I'm gonna say that it's a crush. Somebody's crushing on somebody, and that's just how it is. And so that's why they are acting that way. But should you get a pass? Should you get a pass and say, you know what, look, okay, you did it. Now, when I do it, all I'm saying is I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear anything. Just like I have to sit back and watch the pictures come on social media, when I go and have my moment, I'm going to need you to have the same understanding. But when you're married, again, if you have that type of relationship and you have already discussed that, like, look, and your guy, or he knows, like, man, I know this chick is crazy about some Chris Brown. I mean, listen, she every time his song come on, every time wherever he is, she's trying to be. So I understand how she feels about Chris Brown, and I know that, again, that she's not going to see him again. So if she got up on him, got to look close to him or whatever, I'm not going to feel any type of way. Or are you going to feel some type of way? Because at the end of the day, this is still your wife, and she didn't, do anything sexual with him, but the pictures were definitely raunchy. They were definitely a little bit too close for comfort. But you say, you know what? I'm gonna give her a pass on that. I'm gonna let her go, because again, I understand that she love her some Chris Brown, and that's just how it is. So I'm just gonna, I'm going to let it go. Is that the type of attitude that we should take about this? Is this the type of attitude that this young lady is, should her dude take this attitude? Because it was a couple of men that were definitely not feeling the love that they women gave to Chris Brown on his tour. So again, I think that it's a conversation that probably should be had before before going there. And listen, ladies, if you know that your dude is not the one to be playing these type of games with, unless you're prepared to be single, unless you're prepared for this to be the end. And I know you may be saying, oh, it is not that deep, so why do we have to break up? Listen, you chose him, not me. And you chose to go and act the way you act at that concert, knowing good and well that he wasn't going to fly for that. So really, you are the only one to blame for the way that you carried on at the event. We didn't carry on like that. You carried on like that at the Chris Brown concert. Now you single, and now Chris Brown, he done moved on, and he's somewhere else groping and taking pictures like that with whomever else. Listen, one lady, they said, her meet and greet was so good, she went back and she paid another $1,000 to get back there again to have another few moments with him. So I'm just like, listen, ma'am, you done spent $2,500. I just hope if you got kids that's in college or they're on their way to college, I sure hope that you remember, how freely you gave up whatever it is that you needed to give up to get back there and meet and greet with Chris Brown. I hope that you have that same energy. But my thing is this: in everything, I mean, we gotta have some order. We gotta have some order. So it's just like, if this is the way you're doing things, like, again, make sure your dude is on one accord with that. Like, you got somebody that's okay with you, jumping down like that and being so freely like that. Hey, pretty Tasha, how you doing? So that's that. So if you're going out to these Chris Brown concerts and you are going back there for the meet and greet, please, I don't know, govern your, like they say in the church, govern yourselves accordingly. You got to govern yourselves accordingly, because if you don't, you're going to be back out here single and trying to mingle all over again. And I can tell you this, honey, you do not want to be out here in these single streets, because you know why? The single streets have fecal matter in it. I don't care what people like to say. Oh, it depends on what income bracket you dating in. No, it don't. It's fecal matter in all income brackets, because you got buttholes, douchebags, liars, cheaters, narcissists. You got all these crazy folks. They come in all brackets. They come in all income brackets, all social classes. So therefore, we can't just say, oh, it's just only poor people or people in poverty. They're the only ones that got fecal matter in their dating pool. No, it ain't. Look at all the stuff that's going on in Hollywood. All that money floating around and trickling through there. And do you see all that fecal matter in those Hollywood streets? That should let you know that it's fecal matter in all of these streets. Amen. So listen, guys, our next hot topic. Now, this is a question. I'm just puzzled by this question. But let me see what you guys think about this. So listen, you go on a date. It was the best date of your life. Like, you guys really had an amazing time. You guys, listen, y'all did the horizontal mambo, baby. Let me tell you something. They had your toes spinning. They had you about to swing off the chandeliers. That thing was so good. And so then they leave, and the next day you don't hear from them. Months go by, and you don't hear from them. And you like, okay, man, we were vibing, like, man, the chemistry, the attraction was so strong. Like, oh my God, like, I've never felt like that about anyone before. Like, man, what is up with this? Like, I really, really, really want to know, like, what's going on? Like, man, so you're, again, months go by, haven't heard from them. So you decide to become Inspector Gadget. You like, you know what? Let me see what's going on. So you Google them, and you find out they have been arrested. Baby, they are sitting in jail. They left you, and a situation occurred. Now they are behind bars. How would you handle that? What's your next move? You found out, listen, it's a serious crime that they have committed and they're in jail. They're accused, they're sitting in jail. It's a serious crime. We don't know what it is. It's serious. Okay, it's serious. And they're in jail. What is your next move? Do you say, woo, thank God I dodged that bullet? Or do you try to get in contact with them to see what is going on? Do you get in contact with them and try to figure out, like, man, what happened? Like, how did this happen? How did you end up in this situation? Like, what's going on? Would you do that? Or would you say, you know what? Ain't my business. Ain't my business. We were not in a relationship. We were not together. We had a good time. We had a good moment. I thought that it could have led to something else, but you got bigger fish to fry right now. You are locked up and it was just one date. So do you reach out to them? What is your next move in a situation like that? Again, the chemistry was on and popping. Chemistry was second to none. You've never had a date like that. They showed you, they wined and dined you. You guys had an amazing time. You dubbed it as one of the best dates ever, one of the best nights ever for you. And again, you find out they didn't contact you the next day. So months go by and you don't hear from them again. So you decide to become Inspector Gadget. And now you're looking up, you're Googling and looking them up, like, look, let me figure out what's going on. And you find out that they are in jail. They've been locked up. It's a serious offense. What is your next move? Do you say again, not my fight, not I'm a man my business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That has listen, that's his problem, that's her problem. Whatever it is, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. Or would you reach out and try to figure out what's going on? For me, I would say, it was one date. It was a great night. Listen, if you want to call me and talk to me and give me your answer, you can call 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. What is your next move? Are you going to try to figure out what happened? They're in jail. You had the best date ever. Are you going to figure out? James is saying, if you do the crime, you will do the time. And I get that. But the question is this, James. So you guys had the best date ever. What is your next move? Would you reach out and try to figure out, would you reach out to them in jail and try to figure out what's happening and what's going on with them? Or would you be like, you know what? Listen, you're in jail. There is nothing that I can do for you. There's nothing. I mean, we had a good night. It wasn't meant to be. If it's meant to be, it will be. But clearly it was not meant to be, which is kind of how I would look at it, is like, clearly this was not meant to be. Clearly I dodged the bullet, literally, because here you are, you're in jail. Now, again, if it turns out to be like something, they got into it with somebody and it was self-defense, okay, that's understandable. But if you're in jail and we had one date, is that enough for me to really sit there and try to ride something out with you? One date, I don't care if it was the best date ever. That's where our story ended, because you're in jail. You're in jail. So maybe, I mean, if you get out in some time and I'm still out here treading around in these, fecal matter filled streets, and if I'm out, if I'm still available, and you decide, listen, maybe we can talk about what happened with you with your situation, and we can kind of see if there could be a part 2 or a date 2. But I don't know, because it's so much that will change. Like, you will have changed as a person because of what you've experienced by being in jail. So you would have changed. So it's so much stuff that would have changed. So it's like, do you really Do you really want to do that? Again, I would just say, you know what? I cannot and I will not cry over spilled milk. And this is basically where we end. And I would just leave it alone. Like there would be anything, there would be anything else. Now, for me personally, I don't think I would have even found out that they were in jail because I would have chopped it up as I was ghosted because that's what people are doing these days. And I would have left it alone. So if I didn't hear from you the next day, and a week goes by, I've been ghosted. It's time to move on. I guess it wasn't meant to be. So that's where the story would have ended for me. It would have ended way before a couple of months, a few months finding out, that they're in jail. The story would have ended for me the following week. Now, some people I know, they would have been like, listen, the story would have ended the next day if they didn't call me and I called them and they didn't call me back. They didn't reach back out, then that would have been it. That would have been it. But something would have, and here's the thing with them going to jail, there would have to been a telltale sign. So there was no way that for me that this could go longer than a week. Because if they're in jail now, they phone gonna eventually get cut off. You gonna call. So for me, I'll be like, dang, something must have happened. Or they changed their number. Whatever, knowing me, I'm kind of skeptical. I would have opted for, yeah, they done changed their number. They don't want to be bothered. And it's all good. It's all good. I will remember that bomb date for what it was. But I got to get back out there, and tread through these streets yet again. Tread through this trash that's out here that you gotta navigate your way through these fecal matter filled streets that's called dating. But I wouldn't. I'm not going to. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to judge you, but I'm also not going to wait around. What am I waiting for? We didn't have anything. We had a good time. We had a great date, but we were not around each other long enough for anything to be established, anything of substance to be established. So therefore, I would not, there's nothing there for me. So if there's nothing there, we didn't have anything. So I'm not going to go and put all my eggs in a basket and then start making up this fairy tale relationship when the circumstances have changed. The playing field has changed. You're in jail. It's some other stuff going on. You're going to have a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. I don't know you like that to sign up for that journey. I wish you well. If you want to keep in contact and be pen pals, I could possibly be a pen pal, but that's about it. I can't put nothing on your books. I can't come and see you. I can't do any of that. I can't do any. I can't collect no, accept no phone calls, collect phone calls, because what that's going to do is that's going to send you mixed messages. That's going to let you think that, you got some hope over here. And really, again, depending on what you in there for and how long, I mean, I'm not going to sell myself that type of dream. I'm just not. I am not. James is saying if they feel they strong, I'm sorry, you said if they feel that strong, then write and find out the situation with a professional liar. I don't know what the last part means, but okay. Pretty Tasha is saying, preach, Sister J, exactly. They got me twisted to think I'm finna wait on them all because we went on one day. It don't work like that. Absolutely. Like one day, again, even though we're saying that, you know what, this was the best one date, the best first date ever. Again, it was not that good enough for me to sit up there and say, you know what, I'm going to sign up for this. I'm I'm not. I mean, I'm not Curious George. Listen, I ain't Curious George. I can wait and see whatever happens. Again, if you get out and you haven't, it just depends. But for me to go through that journey with you, I'm not gonna sign up for that. Pretty Tasha saying, furthermore, if he in prison, good luck on him. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have nothing to do with that. And you just gotta listen. It is what it is. That's how I feel about the situation. It's just like I am not going to sit up there again and waste again. What if you sit up here, you're doing all of this and you got googly-eyed and all of this other stuff. And here you are. You googly-eyed, you're looking crazy, and you're like, oh, they get out, and now it don't work out with y'all. You'll be like, oh my God, I wasted all of this doggone time. I could have just went on and did what I needed to do and got back and stayed out there in the dating field. But no, you want to sit up there, you want to be all good, and you want to be all, I'm gonna be all invested in this and nope, 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 nope. So I'm not gonna do it. Again, to each his own. To people that, if you feel like that's the best, that's the route for you, then I would definitely say take that. Like, do what you have to do what works for you. But I'm not going to sell myself that type of dream and sit up there and just, disappoint, have myself set up for these type of disappointments. It's just not, it's a no for me. So, but again, I wouldn't say, oh, were you guilty and you deserve to rot, and I wouldn't sit and pass judgment on your situation because I don't know how you ended up in there. All I know is that you're in there, and you're in there. That's just that. You're in there, and I'm not going to interrupt you being in there. I just won't do that. And I'm not going to put myself or my life on hold or on pause. If you get out again, like I said, if you get out and we're able to see something, which I don't know, like I say, being in jail, depending on what that situation was, the dynamics of what made you look good, what made you appealing, what made you desirable could possibly change depending upon the situation. So I would just say navigate and proceed with caution. Proceed in those type of situations with caution. Now, speaking of proceeding with caution, ladies, a man, he invites you out to dinner. You show up unexpectedly with one or two of your friends. Do you expect him to pay for them as well? So you going out on the first date, you meet this guy, you guys are vibing and everything. He invites you out, and you bring one or two of your friends. Do you expect this man to pay for you and your friends? Your friends, you brought the two friends, and now they're sitting there and everybody like, oh, meals on him. How does that work? See, when I saw this, I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. Y'all missing the whole point of taking the friends. The friends are supposed to be incognito. The friends are not invited on the date. He should never know that you have someone there in the restaurant with you, watching you. He should never know that if you're doing it right. So this sounds like a situation in which, she just wanted somebody to, y'all going out and y'all trying to finesse buddy out of a meal. If that was the goal, then listen, just say it. Don't listen. Let's not be wasting people's time. You brought these chicks so that y'all can all finesse buddy out of a meal. So I would say no, he is not responsible for feeding them or giving them any. He's not responsible for that. Why would you? They should have ate before they left home. Why they even at the table with y'all? I don't understand that. Why are they at the table? They're supposed to be hiding and being, sitting around watching, like, listen, how you gonna do backup? How y'all gonna help and do something? And he know that y'all there. How y'all gonna help? Y'all sitting up there, y'all sipping and entertaining the devil, and you supposed to be watching the devil. So you sitting up there laughing, y'all ain't watching nothing. So now he on a date with all three of y'all, and he could Jeffrey Dahmer all three of y'all, and ain't nobody paying no attention. Y'all worried about if he should pay for the meal. Wait a minute. Y'all worried about listen, you are worried about the wrong thing in this situation. You worried about your meal. I thought y'all was supposed to be there for safety reasons. You're supposed to be there to make sure there's no flag on the play. You're supposed to be there to make sure that there is no foolery going on. But you can't focus on nothing because you're trying to figure out if this man is going to pay for your meal. We have got to do better. Amen. Please, we have got to do better. We've got to do better. Because here's the thing. If I'm going out with someone and I'm asking, my friends to come, you better believe he will never know that I had my friends there. He would never know that. You know why? Because your job is to watch. Your job is not to come there to get a meal and figure out what's going. That's not your job. Your job is to sit and watch and make sure I'm safe and make sure that Famo don't get beside himself. But if y'all sitting up here and y'all eating and we just who watching? So now he got his friends. If you see, you supposed to been staked out at another table, so y'all don't even notice that he got 4 dudes coming in and they sitting around now and they watching. You don't know they watching because all of y'all sitting up there eating and drinking and just ordering all this stuff, and y'all just worried about if he gonna pay. Yeah, he's gonna get paid, all right. He's gonna get paid, and not in the way that y'all thinking. So when you are going out on a date, ladies, and your friends are going, friends, your job is to watch. Your job is not to be a part of the date. That's just like taking your kids on a date. If you got them sitting up at the table with you, that's like taking your kids. That's taking your kids with you and you sitting them at the table. That's the same. You may as well have brought the kids. If you was gonna have your girlfriends sitting at the table with y'all, you should have just brought your kids. Why you just didn't bring the kids? So at least the meals would have been cheaper, because the purpose of doing this is, again, for protection. So if she don't feel comfortable, like, listen, I met him on, the dating site or whatever, so I just want to make sure everything is on the up and up. So we're going to be at this restaurant or we're going to be wherever, so I want y'all to come and look out for me, because I know if I go and I do this for one of my friends, ain't nobody going to know I'm there. Listen, I'm going to have the gym shoes on. I'm going to have something else. And listen, if we got to get down, we got to get down. Hopefully it don't come to that, because, again, listen, my days of being, fully 100% invested in the West Side. Listen, my knees don't work the way they used to. You know what I'm saying? One of my shoulders went out. So I'm waiting for that to come back on eBay. I put an order in like a year ago. Still haven't got that shoulder. Like something is wrong with my rotator cuff. So I'm really not the person that you really want to be out here trying to get in all these scuffles and stuff with. I'm really not, because like my good hand, I can definitely call the cops. I can definitely do that. I can definitely probably get the top off the mace. I can do that. But as far as getting physically involved in it, like, I just don't heal the way I used to. So like I can't be, out here having all these physical altercations and things of this nature, because I don't have time for it. Like I don't heal the way that I used to. Like I got burned a few weeks ago and I still got this bruise on my arm. So I'm just letting you know that at this point in my life, I do bleed easily, and I don't heal as quickly as I used to. So as I said, my favorite slogan is, you got to count me out. You got to count me out. You got to count me out. You have to count me out of that foolishness. Amen. You're going to have to count me out. I'm not going to be able to listen. So you might want to find another friend that's going to be about that life and take them. I'm just saying, I'm probably more of the conversationalist friend. I'm not really sure if I'm the friend that will be getting into all these tussles in this day. Hey, Gretchen, how you doing? Gretchen is checking in from Florida. How you doing, Gretchen? So, but again, ladies, the purpose of going on the date is not to be seen. It's not to be over there trying to get a meal or something like that. That's not the purpose of you going. The purpose of you going is to have your girls back and to sit there, sit in the background and figure out what's going on. That's your goal. Your goal is not to get there and get a meal and all of this other stuff. If you want a meal, then you and other friends should order and do all of that beforehand. But again, if this is done right, the man will never know that your friends are there. He should never know that they're there, because again, they're not there to actually join the date. They're there to be protection and to just make sure that nothing happens to you on that date. Now, listen, speaking of something happening on dates, now look, guys, what are your thoughts on this? So, this man, listen, this brother, he goes on a solo vacation without his girlfriend after she could not pay for her part of the trip. Is he wrong for going on this vacation solo because she couldn't pay for her? Listen, she could not afford to pay for her part of the trip. So he was like, listen, I'm sorry to hear that, stupid ish. I'll see you when I get back because I'm still going. Just because you can't go, I'm still going on the trip and I'm going to have fun. I'll bring you back some souvenirs. But baby, I'm going. Okay? I am going. Yes, Cleo, they're going to have to count me out this one right here. They're going to have to count me out. But is this man wrong for going on his date solo? Listen, his girl is like, I can't afford it. I don't have my part. He's like, okay, that's fine. I will see you when I get back. I'll bring you some souvenirs, and that will be that. Is this man, is he wrong for this? Pretty Tasha, you're saying he still could have been a gentleman and paid, let's hold on, I'm sorry, it's going so fast. He still could have been a gentleman and paid her way. Sorry, you're sorry. That's what Pretty Sasha saying. This sorry such and such. That's what Pretty Sasha said. I'm just gonna put it in air quotations. You're sorry, Saka. Your mama should have kept her legs closed. You know, she should have popped a birth control pill. That's what Pretty Sasha. I know I'm gonna say it for you, Pretty Sasha, because that's where I felt like you was coming from that place. So I got you. I got you, Pretty Sasha. Don't worry about it. Cedric, you're saying he dead wrong in my book. He should have paid. He should have paid. So you saying that he should have paid. What else you guys saying? So listen. Okay, look, okay, let me just be honest. I'm gonna straddle the fence, okay? It depends on where he went, okay? It depends on where he went. Maybe he couldn't afford for maybe he couldn't afford to pay for both of them to go to wherever they were going to, especially if, let's say, if it was one of these fancy resort destinations. Man, that costs like $5,000, to go. Should he not go and experience that because she couldn't afford it? Should he not go? Like, I don't know. I would have to really reiki on that because I'm just like, okay, so because you can't afford it right now for whatever reason. I don't really take vacations a lot. So it's my vacation time and I want to go and I want to have a good time. So now I'm supposed to not go to on vacation and vacation how I want to because you can't afford it. Now, how fair is that to me? How fair is that to him? He's like, listen, we had a plan. We knew we were going to go on this trip, and the game plan was to save and do this, and this, and we have to stack and, do everything accordingly. So I kept up with my end of the bargain, but you didn't. I understand that things come up, but I'm still going to go. Cedric, you're saying he wanted to do the solo thing. He never should have told her at all. That's a good point. Pretty Tasha, that is true. If he can't afford it, then he shouldn't expect a date. Wait. So if he can't, the trip is let's say the trip was $5,000, Pretty Tasha. Should he still not go because it was $5,000 and he couldn't, he couldn't afford it? He should just go by himself. Okay, you're saying he should just go by himself. And Cedric, you're saying just go and do your thing solo. Absolutely. Now, I would be like that too. Like, don't get my hopes all up high and then you go by yourself. But my thing is, I'm a planner. So if he were to tell me, like, listen, I want to do this by this amount of time, I'm going to be looking and I'm like, okay, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage it around this time. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. So if he was to tell me, then listen, I really been looking forward to going here. I still think I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna be mad at that. Like, I am not going to be mad because my finances did not allow for me to go. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at that if he decided to just still up and go, like, okay, I'm not, again, it's not his responsibility. Would it be nice? Of course. Who doesn't want to be treated to a nice vacation? Who wouldn't? But again, if he were to say, listen, I can't swing that amount for both of us, then I can understand that. Now, what would have had me feeling a little bit kind of in my feelings. Now, this is the part, if I chose to like look at it like this, then I would be in my feelings, and I would be like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not expecting you to pay for me to go, but if you wanted to go with me on vacation, if you wanted us to do something and you found out that I couldn't afford my part of it, then let's plan a trip that I can go on, that I can afford, that I will be able to do what I need to do, and then you go on your trip at a later time. Like, if you really, that's how I feel. If he really wanted to do that, if you really wanted us to go as a couple and you wanted us to be, spend some time like this on vacation, and again, she couldn't afford that particular trip, then why not make another suggestion? This is where compromise comes in at. And a lot of times I think that in relationships today, we forget about that word. It's all or nothing. Oh, well, it's this is the trip that I picked. Okay, so is that it? I can't afford it. So that's it. You just gonna go without me. I'm like, okay, well, have nothing, no choice but to accept that. But would I feel some type of way? Yes, I would. Not because he didn't pay for me. That would not be why I would feel some type of way. I would feel some type of way is because when you found out I couldn't afford it, you didn't make another suggestion. Or if I made another suggestion, you kicked my suggestion out and you were just adamant about going to this place alone now, because once you found out I couldn't afford it, you were not open to anything else. That's the part that I would be kind of in my feelings about, is because, again, you were not open to doing anything else so that we can do something together. You were just, adamant about doing it your way and doing what it is that you wanted to do, which that would be fine. But again, that would be something like in the back of my mind, like, a red flag for me. That would be, like, okay, well, you're not really flexible on things. Like, once you see something, you like, okay, listen, I'm gonna do it this way. Da, 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 da. I'm not saying don't go on your trip. Not saying it at all. I'm not saying pay for me. What I'm saying is, if you wanted to really do something with us, if you wanted us to really do something together, and you know that the destination that you chose was out of my price range, and I couldn't afford to do it right now, either can we, pick another date? Can we pick another destination? Can we pick something? So it's a whole lot of other options that could have been, mentioned prior to him just jumping up and going solo dolo. So I don't think that he really wanted to do anything with her. Cedric, you're saying if the shoe was on the other foot, that ninja would have been salty. Absolutely. You're saying no discussion and or compromise. Absolutely. And it's like, I think that we're missing that word. Like, it's just like, again, with a lot of people, it's all or nothing. Like, we're either doing it this way or we're not doing it at all. And it's okay. It's okay if people choose to operate like that. But if you're choosing to operate like that, how far and how healthy is that relationship really going to be? Is that relationship really going, does that relationship stand a chance on growing to be something strong and solid? And my answer would be no, because again, if you're together and we, making moves just based upon me, I'm doing what's best for me. if we're not doing what's best for we, then why are you in a relationship? Like, I mean, if you're not looking forward to building something with somebody, and that's a part, like, that's a little piece of a stepping stone towards, something serious. And that will tell you, like, that's a huge, to me, that's a huge character situation right there. That's a huge, that showed to me how he handled that was a lot. That the way he handled it, it spoke volumes about his character. In my opinion, it spoke volumes. So if you a type of person that just, oh, you focusing on the money, again, to me, as I said, it was not the money whatsoever. It was not because he didn't offer that, that's not the issue. The issue is there was no compromise. There were no other alternatives. There was nothing else put on the table. It was just this. And when we said no, then that was that. Okay, I'm out. I'll see you when I get back. So that spoke volumes, people. So it's like when you in these relationships, just like look at how people move. Let people do what they're going to do naturally and organically. Let people be who they are. See, what happens with us is a lot of times we try to correct their action before they even do it. No. Sometimes you got to sit back and let people move how they're going to move. They're either going to move themselves closer to you in your life or they're going to move their way out of your life. But whatever it is, you got to let them do and move how they're going to move so you can know who you're dealing with. Pretty Tasha, you're saying he should have never said nothing to her about that trip. Cedric, you're saying big red flag. Absolutely. That was a huge red flag. And Pretty Tasha, you're saying exactly, Sister J. He ain't ready to date. He just, I'm sorry, hold on. These come too fast. He not ready to date. It'll pop up. Hold on. But nevertheless, you are right. He's not ready to proceed with anything serious in my opinion, because again, the way he just moved like that said a lot. You said he ain't ready to date. He just needs to chill out and get his priorities together, or just continue to be single. Don't be in a relationship, just continue. He may be a person that would be fun to just date. Like, okay, you want to go hang out? Like, okay, yeah, I can go that. He might be that type of person. But this red flag, with the fact that there was no compromise or no other solution or suggestion, then to me that says that he's definitely not in that he's not in that relationship realm, in my opinion. Cleo, you're saying it was already planned, so people have to be responsible on doing their part. It's more than about it being planned, Cleo, because it wasn't it, and for this particular scenario, it wasn't planned. So they were talking about a vacation. So he brought it up, and this is where he suggested so she couldn't go. So the red flag becomes, well, if he's solo, he's bent on and he's determined to just go on this trip right now by himself, but he did not or was not open to compromising to another destination where she would be able to pay her way and they go and have a vacation together as a couple. He wasn't willing to do that, or he wasn't willing to postpone the trip in order for her to be able to get her stuff together so that they would be able to go on this trip together. His immediate reaction was to, okay, I'm gone. Okay, well, you don't have it right now. I'm gone. If he really wanted her to go, and if he was thinking about the relationship, if he was thinking about the we opposed to the me, then they would be fine. But he was not thinking about the we, he was just thinking about me, and it showed it in his action. Cleo, you're saying, oh, okay, I agree. He should have made some suggestions. So yeah, so again, it's not about, not spending the money. It's the fact that, nothing else, he wasn't open to anything else. And Cedric is saying he already had it planned before he told her. I'm with you on that, on Cedric, because and it's like, here's the thing. if you're in a relationship, depending upon how long they've been in a relationship, you already know or got a good idea on what your partner's finances are looking like. You know how they are with money. So it's like a lot of stuff. We already know this, especially if we've been dealing with people for quite some time. Like, you already know. So it is a good chance that he knew that, listen, I'm gonna plan this trip to Belize and all this other stuff. And it's like, that, it's gonna take her a minute to save up for that trip. But you already had it in mind. Like, I already know I'm not paying, and she ain't gonna be able to go because she don't make that type of money. I already know she ain't got that saved right now, so she ain't gonna be able to go. But guess what? I'm still going. He probably thought like that. And again, if he says that he's not gonna pay, like, I'm not okay. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay. I'm not gonna jump on you about not paying, because if you chose to, you chose to. If you choose not to, I mean, that's fine. So the money and him paying for it is neither here nor there. It was the fact that there was no compromise, and that, like Cedric said, he probably already planned it all along, knowing that she would not be able to go because he already knew her, her financial circumstances, and he just wanted to go by himself. Which, I mean, if that's the case, I mean, honey, do you go by yourself, come back by yourself, and just listen, live for yourself, be yourself. Hey, Maurice, how you doing? So again, it's like, we gotta look, and you gotta see how people move, and listen, pay attention to how people treat you. We gotta stop trying to brush off everything and just try and make it seem as though it's not, like the red flag is not right there before our eyes. Because sometimes, when one overlook things like this, you're overlooking something. Again, not the money, it was that way they moved in the situation, and that told you a lot about who they are and how they would possibly be. So that said a lot. Listen, guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Felt like we were on the same page. Led me to believe we'd be together someday. From FaceTime calling the days, you play pressure me. Yeah, I'm in too deep, my feelings keep getting stronger. Is it all in my head? Your actions showing me different. Don't expect me to be faithful without commitment. You talk to who you want while my heart's involved. I'm sick of not your one and only. It's really killing me that with you I gotta share. I don't like what you do to me, baby. Why can't you be fair? Me only, we've discussed this. Let's just stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time. You know and I know this don't even feel right. Do you even love me? Your actions not showing me. I don't like what you do to me, baby. Why can't you be fair? Me only, we've discussed this. Let's just stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time.
Erica, you're saying exactly. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at JSpot. Also, follow us on Instagram at the JSpot, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Like and follow our channel there, the J Spot Radio on YouTube, and then go to TikTok. Boop. Like and follow us there, the J Spot. Again, guys, J is Jaye. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. Listen, you all, update, I still do not have, oh my God, every time I think about this, I get so angry. I still do not have my group back, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. And these, just every cuss word that you can imagine, I just want to say it right now. I just want to post all kinds of bad stuff to the people that have hacked my group. So, and I still don't have any luck with contacting Facebook about this. So it's just like, okay, I'm trying to figure out some other things to do. But as of right now, these people are still running the group that I spent all these years building since 2015. They are messing my ish up, and they are messing with my money. But just a little Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay update. I still don't have it. The hackers are still hacking and doing whatever it is that they're over there doing. But I have not given up hope. So I'm still working and trying to figure out how to get this thing done. And I don't think I'll ever stop working on that. So that's just update with that. But thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. Thank you, 30 and Up Doing Us, Tyson Smith, the Real MVPs, 180 Real Talk Chicago. Thank you, everyone that rocks with us. Thank you, the J Spot. Thank you, everybody that's on my on my page. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you, guys. Listen, our next hot topic, because let me tell y'all something. The foolery is real. When I say it's so important, that's why we have to make sure we know who we are marrying. But then it's like you got to also make sure what kind of spawns that these people have given birth to. And then, some of them call them kids, but it depends on how they act. And then I'll address them how they act. But here's the next hot topic. The lady wants to know, they want to know, is it wrong to put a padlock on a deep freezer? If the husband is saying this, is it wrong to put a padlock on my deep freezer if my wife's, now listen to, I'm all about listening to the terminology. So if my wife's teenage kids keep eating the one or two food items I request from the store and my work lunches, even with my name on it, mind you, we have an entire fridge or freezer, they will still have access to 24/7. So this man is like, listen, my wife got these teenagers and these Bamas are eating me out of a house and home. They eating up everything. He's like, listen, I have had to put a padlock on the freezer. I've tried putting my name on the stuff. The one or two things that I want, I tried to put my name on it, but I come to the refrigerator and it still has been eaten. So I'm putting a padlock on the freezer so that I can keep the items that I want. Am I wrong for that? What do you all think? Is this guy wrong for that? Cleo is saying, awesome job, Jay. Thank you so much, Cleo. Is the husband wrong for putting a padlock on the freezer? He's like, listen, I'm sick of these some of them. And I know he was saying some cuss words, so y'all can fill him in. I'm sick of these sums. I work too hard for this food, and all I wanted was my Pepsi and my chips and my chicken breast. That's all I wanted. All I wanted was my frozen pizza. I put my name on there and I come home and they are still eating my food. What am I supposed to do? He put a padlock. So is he wrong? Erica is saying, put a refrigerator in your room. That would solve the problem. That's a good idea, Erica. And Cedric, you're saying, my dad did it, so I don't see any problems with it. And you know what? Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. Listen, My family, I know this situation all too well. We didn't have a padlock on our refrigerator, but I have a huge family. It's a lot of us. So there are people in my family, my siblings, that they used to go and do this very thing. They used to eat my stepfather's stuff, drink his stuff up just because they knew it would aggravate him. And it was always like World War III. And I was always trying to figure out. I'm like, no, I'm going to tell y'all the honest God truth. I used to think he was crazy because I'm just like, ain't nobody eating your food. Ain't nobody touching your stuff. Like, who would? Ain't nobody doing. And to come to find out years later, my sisters, my crummy sisters, are confessing to the job. You know, they are confessing to eating his stuff and drinking his stuff. I'm like, you all suck. We got in so much trouble. It was always, baby, when I tell you, it was always some confusion up on that west side. It was always some confusion. And I never knew why. I always thought that it was a figment of his imagination. Because I wasn't doing it and I never seen anybody else doing it. But years later, we're talking, and then they started just confessing. Yeah, you know how he used to always say, yeah, I used to drink his food. I'm like, oh my goodness. Do you know how many unnecessary punishments I was on because nobody fessed up? So I'm getting on all of these punishments because my crummy sisters are eating this man's stuff up and drinking his stuff and just torturing him. And I'm thinking, oh my God, he is losing it. We have finally drove him to the edge. And when I tell you, let me tell you though, he didn't put no refrigerator, he didn't do no locks and stuff. But baby, he was, when I tell you, King Petty. But I will say this. I mean, he was not the mean type of, you know, he didn't want to be around the kids, and he just tolerate the kids because he with the mother. He was not that dude. We knew that he loved us, and but we just wanted to drive him crazy because he was so easy to aggravate, but he was also good at getting back at us. So it's like, if we would make his food and stuff disappear, then he would do petty stuff like this. He would come, and like when we were at school, he would come, if he knew like we had like our favorite whatever it was that we would leave and it would be in our room, you'll come back and it was missing. And you'll be looking all over for it. He never said anything. Never said anything. I was looking for my favorite music and my tape, cassettes and all this and that. Could never find anything. I'm like, I know I left this right here. So now he was paying us back. So if he gonna be going crazy and he can't find his stuff, then we ain't gonna be able to find our stuff. So they stopped. Once they stopped, because I think one time he took one of their shoes. He left the other one there, and it was just one shoe. And for a long time, they could not find the other gym shoe. So he would do stuff like that. So I'm like, woo, child, let me tell you something, baby. The foolishness that used to go on. I would say to the wife, ma'am, wife, you got to have a conversation with these teenagers. But it's like with these teenagers, their appetites, and then if by these being stepkids too, the whole mentality here is just a whole different ball game, it's just a whole different atmosphere. So if he has to put the padlock on the freezer to protect the stuff that he wants, then let this man put the padlock on the refrigerator to protect the stuff that he wants. Because it's not like he's locking up all of the food and he's locking up the refrigerator. That's not what he's doing. He's locking up the deep freezer with the ish that he got specifically for him. He's like, you have that refrigerator, whatever in the refrigerator, that's a free for all. But what's in this freezer is mine. It's mine and only mine, and better nobody touch it. Amen. Amen again. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Congo gal, come on for you. Self me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me do what jam me for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Hey, let me tell you now, how the Congo gal, I come up right through. Wind up every tune, dancing in my blood, dancing in my blood. In the African way, got so much I can share. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me do what jam me for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you, ayy. Spirit out on the run, can't talk what you don't know. A jump in me soul, now see what we go do. Worry out to me heart, vibrate like a jump from start. All the Congo no ma, the energy just like a work of art. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me do what jam me for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you, ayy. Ina go down low, low, ina go down low. So water give me some, ina go down low, ina go down, ina go down low. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me do what jam me for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Self me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you, ayy.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And Jay is spelled Jaye. All three. While you at it, go right around the corner. Boop, boop, and boop. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe our channel there, the J Spot Radio. Also, go to TikTok and like and follow us there, the J Spot, Jaye. Boop, and turn on the notification bells for all platforms. Guys, listen, it's just me. Just me. We ain't gonna worry about it.
Amen.
But sitting right next to me, we got esthetician Chandler.
Hey.
Mother of a group of cool dudes.
Hey, y'all.
And a little lady.
I miss her.
She ain't back home yet?
No.
Lady Lotus. Wait, she not back home yet?
No. She'll be home Friday. I go pick up Friday. She will go for 2 weeks, y'all.
How has it been?
It has been a blessing outside. I've been packing the whole time, so it really doesn't matter. And her little cat getting crazier and crazier, so I know he like, where's she at?
Have you been playing with him and keeping him company?
Yeah.
Nah.
I have. This his spot right here. He jump up in my arms and he just lay across my shoulder. That's really my cat.
I remember when Amir was little and we tried to do this cat thing. See, my son and I, we were just too scary. Like, you all listen, because we had
scared of. It's just a cat,
right? But they had a claws, baby. I'll tell you no lies. We have pictures of we were picking up the cat up with the the oven mitts that you put in the oven, that you take the food out and put the hot food in. We had the oven mitts to pick the cat up because we didn't want the cat clawing it. Baby, I can't tell you how many times that little kitten fell.
I got some war wounds with my little Ash. I got war wounds.
I can't tell you. And the name of our cat was Midnight Shishi. I can't tell you how many times Midnight Shishi fell down, was dropped down. Because, she do like this. And we trying to bring it down the stairs, baby, from the second floor to, thank God it was carpet in the hallway. Because Midnight, So let's just we just had to go give midnight shishi to the adoption people and tell them we wasn't gone. We wasn't because we wasn't about that life. So since then,
I'm truly a dog person, but I did cats.
I'm not I've tried to be a pet person. I really did try, but I don't know. It's just something about them. Like if I found my ideal dog would be stay away from me and I'll stay away from you. Like I'll take care of you. If you want to come occasionally and rub up against my leg, I'm okay with that. I might be okay with you even come and laying in my lap. But all that coming and getting, because then I'd be like, all that trying to get in your face and stuff, I'm not really
You just
like.
have to find the pet that's your match. That's gonna match your energy. That's gonna give you what you want.
I feel
Now
like I
this
should
little
have a
cat,
teacup cat, a teacup dog.
the little ankle biters, ooh, they get on my nerve. They got big dog energy.
The
They
little
so
teacups.
yeah, they so little, and plus don't really want a teacup because they're hybrids and they get sick a lot.
Oh, see,
They're
yeah.
not real.
I need a dog that can
You
take
need
care
like
of them.
a chow chow, or like something that's chill. They big and fluffy. They just want love. If you're scared of them, animals know that you're scared of them.
Well, then I guess it ain't gonna be no
Like our
dog for me
cat is
then.
nuts. Like this cat is not meant for me. Like he's nuts. He's just over the top. He act like a dog.
See, I had a Chihuahua. Her name was Princess.
Ghetto Taco Bell.
Man, Princess. Now Princess was all black. And Princess thought that she was a pit bull, and Princess thought that she was a big dog, and I'm just
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
what's with you
They
with
got
all
big
of
dog
this? I'm
energy.
just like, yo, I can't even. I'm like, man, she jumped out there. I was trying to take her to the what was that, Petco, and she jumped out the doggone the buggy, and them pink people up in there looking at me like I did something. She almost broke her neck. Jumped. I'm like, so what you want me to do? I tried to catch her. I didn't know she was gonna squiggle out the doggone thing. I said, "Oh, child, let me go, because these people right here is not gonna be with
You
me."
know how they feel about them animals,
Yes,
baby.
they
Them
do.
animals are little humans
They
to
would have
them.
had me on animal cruelty. But guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. When you get a chance, plug that white cord in for me, Lady Lotus, back there, because so that I don't go out. But guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, our next hot topic. Listen, I'll try. I really, really try. But what do you all think about this? So the lady says she told a guy she had just started talking to that she has HIV, and he blocked her. So now she's feeling some type of way, and she wants. Was he wrong for blocking her? Um, ma'am, like I don't know. I sympathize with your situation, but if he decides that that's not something for him, or he's not willing to, that's not a situation that he wishes to entertain, is he wrong for that? How is he wrong for not wanting to go forward with you? Because that's something that could be potentially hazardous to him. And do not start talking about, oh, well, he's shaming her. He did not shame her. He said it was not for me. And he has that right to say it's not for him. Ma'am, you cannot get all distraught because of that situation. I mean, that's something that you have to deal with. And there will be somebody out there. I'm not saying that it's nobody out there for you, because we know that now today with everything, every HIV is no longer, the kiss of death, but everybody is still not, that's a lot. And ma'am, you have to be honest with yourself, and accept and respect a person for coming at you like that. Like, maybe he could have told you, but what were you gonna do? What were you gonna do when he told you like he didn't want to be bothered, or it's not a good situation for him? Would you try to lay all that guilt? Maybe that's why he blocked her. But what do you think about that, Lady Lotus?
I just feel like he did what he wanted to do. You can't be mad about that. People don't look at certain things through the same eyes. He's not going to look at you and be like, oh, did you get pregnant by a needle in the hospital? The first person thought is you a hoe.
Right.
You just out here sleeping with people.
Right.
When that may not be the case, but you know, he did what he had to do. You can't be mad about that.
And she could have been born with it.
Like Jay-Z said, on to the next one.
Exactly.
Somebody gonna care, not gonna care.
That is definitely the case. Again, especially this is not like this is what was 30 years ago. This is today, 2024. People are living long and healthy lives for this. People are, not coming up, they're not showing any signs or symptoms and things of that nature. But we can't forget that this still is a potentially deadly situation. So again, for him to be thinking about his life and his safety, is he wrong for that? No, he's not wrong for that. Like again, and be thankful that you did this, you discussed this up front, opposed to you falling in love with him and he falling in love with you, and then he ended. You would have really been heartbroken. So just be glad that it was somebody that you were just talking to and trying to get to know, and do not let that deter you from telling people up front, because I believe that this is something that should be mentioned up front. That's just me. Like, let these huge things like that.
Yes.
Like, I would rather get the chop up front, opposed to, we've had this long relationship and now you drop this type of bomb on me. I wouldn't be able to trust you, because you've held on to this huge, this huge part of your life. I'm not even going to say a secret, but you've held on to this huge part of your life that I should probably be aware of, and you held on to it. So that would just make me think, well, what else are you holding on to?
I think there's, all aspects, that's important, because if I'm going to be intimate with you, I need to know this. Kissing, I was just, back then it was like, yeah, get it for kissing, but at the that is, to me, that anything that got to do with my health is even that trump kids to me. That trump everything. We need to talk about this up front. It ain't got to be the first couple of days. I need to know before I want to, take it with you.
That
I need to know, because
baby, yes.
After so many dates, we get excited, and now we anticipating this person's touch, and I don't want to be disappointed.
Now
so
just drop like
Now it's just like, dang, I can't even sleep with you. Oh well, on to the next one. Bye.
Right, done got me all hot and bothered and worked all up, and now just for what? And child, don't let it be no man, and with the grace jogging. I'm like, why would you do this? I would just break out and start crying right there. You come here with that slong dong. You have a slong dong, and you're going to tell me the slong dong is potentially deadly. Oh my God, this is so not fair. It's just like, I would cry like a baby. He would be thinking that I'm crying. But he was like, you don't have to cry. I'm okay. No, you're not. I'm not okay. This is not about
I had already pictured it in me.
I'm like, do you know what I was planning on doing with that? And then it's like, do you tell me this? I can, like,
the drama,
please,
the dramatics.
Check, please. I cannot take this ish. Please. I gotta go.
And the Emmy Award goes too.
He's like, I'm gonna take you home. No, you're not gonna take me home. I gotta ride outside. Okay. I just need, waiter, please. I need some water. I'm hot. I cannot. And he's sitting up there. He gonna stand up. No, don't you stand up. Please just sit back down. But do not. Cedric is saying, were they just starting to converse and show interest in one another? Yeah, she said that they had just started talking. And Pretty Tasha is saying, right, probably an easy person. You got to have an easygoing person to deal with something like this. And just somebody that's understandable and knowledgeable on how both people have to know how to protect themselves.
Yeah, I was just
Cedric is saying, I applaud her telling him, period. It took a lot of ish to put that out there. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, and people, as you should, this is no matter what a person may feel about your situation, you cannot take away a person's right to choose and decide if they want to proceed with you. Just like you were saying, Lady Lois, with the kid thing. You cannot take that right if somebody decide that they letting you know that they don't want kids, and you got kids, and you wait until they have feelings for you, then you ease them on. Yeah. Well, I got knick knack, patty whack, and I got them on jumping jack. I got them on over here. You can't do that to people. So it's like important things I think should be revealed in the beginning. And ma'am, I'm sorry that he blocked you, but he has to do what he has to do for him. Like, right. You can't be mad at him. And we're not saying that, you got this for a bad reason. We don't know however you contracted it, but we're glad that you're taking care of yourself. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself and continue to, let people know that you potentially see yourself wanting to be involved with, because people deserve to know, and they have a right to be able to make a decision on if your situation is something that they choose to be involved with. They definitely have the right to know that. So definitely do not try to take away a person's right to figure that out or make that decision. Now, guys, our final hot topic. Now, listen, I'm full of ish today. I'm just going to tell y'all that. I'm full of ish. But I've said this before, so I agree. This man says threesomes should go both ways in a relationship. A man should be open to inviting another man in the bedroom. Amen. I'm going to say that again. In the bedroom. He said that it should go both ways. So if you expecting her to eat a little hootie hat, okay, and she don't, it ain't her thing, then you should be prepared to look a little strong down.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
No, we're not doing that. No, we're not. We're not doing that.
That's what this brother said.
Well, that brother got some extra special curricular activities that he want to do. But over here in this world, if we gonna do, you can have a woman and I can have a man, you and that man better stay far away from each other. As y'all can. Don't even let your little people rub against each other by accident.
Y'all slong dongs touching on each other. He said, listen, for all you brothers that want to have these threesomes and y'all want these women to have threesomes, and she like, I'm not.
He didn't watch a lot of porn growing up.
Huh?
He didn't watch a lot of porn growing up because those men did not touch each other.
He said, and that's what the guys are saying. Cedric said that ninja is fruity.
Thank you.
And Cedric, he's also saying, hey, my baby girl said thank you for the birthday wishes. Happy birthday,
Happy
beautiful.
birthday.
But yes, now listen, but
you agree with this?
I've said this to a dude or two. First of all, don't ask me, Lord, and I try to be deep. But this brother, we were just talking. We ain't in no relationship. So I had to go home and I had to really look in the mirror. I said, okay, clearly it's something about, I said, maybe my whole vibes are on. Maybe that's, I had to go, I got this meter at home. It's called the wholemometer. Okay, and I had to go and sit on the wholemometer so I can see what my level of hoe was that day. Because for you to ask me, and we're not even in a relationship. So, and he asked me a few times. And I'm just like, I was always able to just like, but this time we were face to face and he asked me again. And I was just like, Lord, why doest thou testest me, Lord? So I said, I told him yes. I said, you know what? I think you're right. So I have the perfect guy in mind. Wait a minute, what you talking about? A guy? I ain't into no men. I'm not into women. This is what I've been trying to tell you. So why I got to be with somebody that I'm not into, but you can't be with somebody that you're not into? You filed for that. No, you filed for it. Now you see how it feel. Now I'm petty. See, I thought you were going to be mature about this. What made you think
I am being very mature about it. You being very childish about the situation.
So all I'm saying, I'm like, now that I think about it, I'm like, he probably going to jump down with a dude or two and then,
I'm not jumping on that bandwagon.
Listen,
I've seen enough naughty movies to know that in these situations, people don't have to touch the other I mean, look caressing, but the men don't touch each other.
Erica is saying he on the down low for sure.
He on the up low.
Listen, he's just like, I just want to go ahead on and tell you what I'm about right now, baby girl. He was like, listen, if you want, so ladies, if y'all looking for that type of guy, this is what you want them to say. You want them to be like this brother, to be open-minded and say, you know what? I think that I'm an equal opportunities. Okay, I'm going to have we're going to be equal in this relationship. You going to watch this dude blow my butthole out and, and I don't know if I respect. I don't know. I couldn't. I don't.
I wouldn't. I'm leaving. Y'all could do this thing by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm probably not, because I'm like, I'm not gonna. I already know I'm not gonna respect you.
That is a double standard that I will accept.
What
that is a double standard that I will accept. Women and the man, but the man touching the other man, I'm leaving. I'm going to grab my little clothes and I'll just go tee right on out the door.
See, I'm like, my thing is this: don't ask me no ish that you don't want. Don't ask me to do nothing that you don't want to have done to you. And that's how I am. I'm like, so if you don't want it done to you, then don't ask me to do it, because if it's good enough for me, then it's good enough for you, because it's supposed to be right? You care about my well-being, so I care about yours. So let's just see how this is gonna work. But I felt like the brothers was gonna think that this brother was he likes
Tutti Frutti on Rudy.
He like his backyard to be played in, and listen,
like I'm not
listen, if you like it, rock out. That's all I can say. If you like it, I rock out. But what I'm saying is, don't ask me nothing if you don't want me to ask you the same thing in return, because that is one of my petty qualities, that if it's good enough for me, it better be good enough for you. Hey Peterson, how you doing? Now listen, speaking of, if it's good enough for you, if it's good enough for me, it's got to be good enough for you. Tonight, guys, we are talking about, because this is a perfect question to segue into our topic for tonight. How important is sexual attraction? Listen, you in a relationship and, you meet somebody. And before you know it, baby, you can't even get good in the seat. You like, oh my God, Lord. Woo, child, I just cannot. I'm just be like, they be like, what you rocking for? Nothing. My back. I'm just trying to stretch my back, and just, as I stretch my back, I'm just trying to remember all of the stuff that I learned in Sunday school, and all of the good virtuous stuff that that they have you going up in the in the Bible class, and you got the single women's ministry, the single sister this, the single sister that, I'll be like, babe, let me tell you, I used to be up in them singles class like, oh God, if they say something, if you say one more thing, I'm going out here and I'm gonna jump on me a dome. Keep on talking about, so that's what I be sitting there thinking. I was like, sir, But when I think about sexual attraction, how important is it? What you mean? Don't you need air to breathe? I don't know. What
why would you want to be? I don't know.
What say ye y'all?
No, ma'am.
See,
if that isn't there, then what is there? A boring relationship?
They're nice to you.
I mean, you could be nice to me, but I would like to be sexually attracted to you in some sort of way. Like, a sexual attraction don't got to be, us jumping on top of each other. But, the way you walk better make me, tingle, or your biceps or something. The way you look at me, something better, strike the match. Because if it doesn't, then I ain't about to be around here, because you gonna get cheated on if I ain't happy.
I'm tell you, that's the only way. That's the only thing that can keep me in line. I'm just gonna tell you right now. That's what that girl say.
What that girl say in that song? Scratch me, spank me, pull my hair.
That's the only thing that can you have to have it. Now listen, for those that don't know what sexual attraction is, according to an online source. Sexual attraction is when you're attracted to someone sexually and want them to sexually please you or something of the sort. Now, listen, that was they stuff. That was the online source. But you just want to do all kinds of nasty things to them.
You sitting at work on the computer and you just take it, and it just smacks you in your face.
Woo! And you just thinking about all of the nasty, disgusting stuff you gonna do to them. That right there. Now, if you are not having that type of experience,
move on.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
I don't care if the honeymoon phase is over. That one ain't.
Cedric is saying absolutely important. Now, here's the thing. Can you be romantically attracted to someone, but not sexually attracted to them?
You're going to have to online source me what romantic attraction is, because I'm a romantic fantasizer all day, every day. Disney messed me up.
According to an online source, when you have a romantic attraction to someone, you also usually have a sexual attraction to them as well. So romantic attraction, it kind of goes hand in hand. But I'm going to say the romantic is a little bit more, matters with the heart. Like,
I was gonna say romantic. I must be, fantasize about us getting married and then on our wedding night, what I'm gonna do to you, because I ain't giving you all of me right now, but on that night, boy, you gonna get it all.
And I'm just like, so I think that there's a bigger difference, but I mean, they're in the same category, they're in the same ballpark. But again, I think that the romantic, because you know,
matters
it's all
of the heart.
And it's the way you feel. But that sexual attraction, that's just dirt. That's just lust. We just finna get to it. We finna do the thing. We finna do the horizontal mambo. We hanging off chandeliers and we hanging off shower.
But you can have a sexual attraction to a total stranger. You can have a sexual attraction to Idris Elba.
Man, I'm already
Brian from Fast and the Furious. R.I.P. R.I.P. Brian.
Oh, the pink dude?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
I do have, people like, since we on this type, people ask you those types. If you had a, choice to step out of your,
who would you choose?
Who would you choose? I got two, and it's Adam Levine, and it's Brian Paul Walker. Two Now,
if the other one if you still got him, then if he come, I'm scared for you.
Who, Adam?
Paul.
I said R.I.P. Shoot, he could come in my dreams all he wants to. And then the other one, if I had to, dance on the other side of the table, it would be Angelina Jolie.
If you really,
it's the lips. It's the lips. That's all it's supposed to be important.
She looked just like that thing off she looked like it come out the Tomb Raider. That's all
it's only her. I mean, when it comes to clear people, it would only be her.
I would have said, let me see. I would say old school. If I had to go the same route, I would say old school Foxy Brown, baby Pam Grier. Give me Pam Grier.
But that's not stepping on the other side of the world of the clear people.
Oh, I don't have no clear desires.
I don't have clear desires either, because I told you Larry traumatized me, and it's still weird. I named my son Larry, but I forgot about little Larry in Texas. That little boy loved me so much. We had to be in like second grade. He used to walk me home. He used to tell my daddy, I'm walking home with y'all. And one day, Larry flashed me, traumatized me for the rest of my life, because I don't ever want to see that little pink biscuit.
Oh, no.
It just looked like flesh. Flesh of the flesh with no color.
Slime.
I can't even say it looked like slime. It was just pink.
No, I would know.
So I was traumatized.
So my two would be, I can't say my two because they are accessible, and I don't want to be in a room and then somebody tell me, and then they think I can't be professional.
I'm gonna keep the people of color to myself, because that ain't y'all business. Them, that's fine, because they ain't never gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm just
now Letty could get it too. I ain't playing about Letty.
Who is Letty?
She off of Fast and the Furious too. That was Dom girlfriend.
I don't have no pink people.
She is Hispanic. She ain't pink.
Oh,
she's brown,
but she ain't
cuckoo
black.
for Cocoa Puffs.
I need me some Cocoa Puffs. That's how I'm at. But I like to say I can't. I just say my old school. My woman crush would have been Pam Grier. Yeah, Pam Grier, baby. That Foxy Brown. Yup. I'm just like, yes, baby. I was like, Foxy Brown. But today, I have to really think. Oh no! So now I love how of a love, admiration. Nothing woman crushes about her, but listen, I love me some Shaka Khan. Oh, I feel like she is my auntie to like the fullest extent. I'll just be like, girl, I will follow her.
That's me and Diana Ross.
That's
the way you feel about Shaka. That's me and Diana.
I will just be showing up. Hey, AC, how you doing? I mean, I know we're not really related, but I love you.
Diana
I always
is
love
my
you.
Mother. Sorry, mama, but Diana is my mama.
Yeah, that she
the hair,
she could be my second one.
It was like the hair and just her essence, and how she was so skinny and just elegant, and Lady Sees the Blues was everything for me, and that was my Mahogany.
The Billy, when she did the Billy, all of them, I could definitely do. Oh, I'm just like, baby, listen.
Now Billy D. Williams, R.I.P. He could have got it.
No, because he was with boys, so he couldn't get.
Don't blaspheme.
I wish I would, girl. I cried. Billy D. Williams.
I'm about just to like, ask
Google.
Oh
my God, yes, ask Google. So now listen. When you're talking about sexual attraction, what is this? What if they're good to you, good for you, but there is no sexual attraction whatsoever? Do you stay in that type of relationship, or do you part ways? Again, they are everything that you should need. This is the person for you. Like, I mean, financial wise, attitude wise, everything on paper, they check off everything. But there's no sexual attraction whatsoever.
They gonna get cheated.
They treat you better than anybody has ever treated you. They are down for you, loyal, everything. But you don't even get a fizz. There's not, how when the matches, there's nothing.
Be some Jada Pinkett Smith entanglements going on. I'm just gonna be honest.
Erica is saying, I gotta go. Because
I don't think I gotta go. I just think I gotta entangle. I mean, he's everything. He has checked every single box. He is financially taking care of me. I mean, we good. We love each other. We laughing. We joking. We got everything. But when it comes down to that department, we're going to have to go see some coaches. We're going to have to, try a few things. We don't have to try a lot of things. And if nothing brings that excitement, there shall be some August Alstina, whatever his name is, happening. And you're just going to have to accept it, sir.
Listen.
Because you ain't going to make no other chick happy. You're not taking all of that happiness nowhere else. Nowhere. No. Now, is it me? What? Let's figure it out.
Erica said he didn't take the right box. And Cedric is saying stay. So listen, there are a lot of attractions that can be off in a relationship. But sexually ain't one of them. It's a lot of them that can be off, but I am not going to feel like I done put all this time in, and now I get over here.
We 30 years old rocking in chairs.
Because that's to calm your nerves, and I would like to listen. I'd be like, he's like, you over there rocking on the chair. Well, I thought I was rocking on something else, but clearly, there's nothing going on. And I understand about being able to talk to somebody, but I think that the attraction is either there or it's not. Do you think it is something that can be fixed?
it has to be something that I feel like if you really love this person, you care about this person, why isn't that sexual attraction there? Do they feet stink? You know, what is it that's not making me sexually attracted to you? Because even without thinking about a person's body parts, like whether he's big or he's small, what is it that I'm not sexually attract? That sexual attraction comes before we even sleep with each other.
Right.
So why isn't that sexual attraction there? What is it? We need to figure it out. What is it that I don't like about you that is not coming out?
Right.
And sometimes it's just like that person ain't that person. You should have left.
And Cedric is saying they can always be taught. I don't know about
you can't teach sexual attraction. You
there...
can teach sexual pleasure, but an attraction is like you're attracted to somebody. I'm attracted to the way you look. I'm attracted to, you know, like I love when you wear your hair like that. Like that turns me on. Or, oh, baby, I love when you cut your hair on your face like that. That sexual attraction, it can't be taught. But it's possibly something that this person is missing that I can say, you know, try a different style of jeans, you know, go to the gym, work out. Maybe you need to pump your chest up a little bit, you know, maybe her chest is too flat and you just ain't attracted to her because, you know, ain't nothing right there and she ain't got no butt, but you really like her and she's a good woman.
True.
Then we gonna have to go, you know, do some squats.
Go back. Listen, the way they
go buy her little booty.
They buying them up these
Y'all
days
best
too.
friend done went and got her what they call it, a natural BBL.
Who?
Glorilla.
Oh God.
She got a natural. They said she got a natural.
Girl, anything that you done bald in head, just like these braids, this hair is natural. It's natural off of some.
No, they call it natural because it looks natural.
But it wasn't yours.
Opposed to it being that big old thing that don't match her hips or her waist. Like you could look at her and tell. Had this girl did all of this before she became famous, nobody would have been really to tell because she's still a part of the itty bitty committee. She just, you know, put a little oomph in.
They always coming up with new categories. It's all
I know.
Foolishness. I know. Now listen, Erica, she's saying, I mean, he didn't check the right box. So my thing would be, so when you're saying that these people, that they're the everything, for me, I would say that really they can't be everything if the sexual attraction is missing. So they, you know, they almost, so then it's like you would have to make a conscious decision on, you know, this is who's good for me. So I'm going to have to just, do I give up, like off of, for why did I get married? The 80-20. Do I give up all of that and for this? Or do I have to have this and I can just get rid of, I don't care about anything else? Is the sexual attraction that important that you would give up a relationship that has almost everything else that you need, but not that sexual attraction?
If we 80 years old, your old wrinkly self better make me go poof.
What if it stopped working?
Well, he got fingers, a thumb, and a mouth.
I don't know. I'm just like, okay,
eyelashes. It better be something about like that. Is being attracted in multiple ways. It's just, I mean, that's just a turn on.
But see, it's like the thing is, it's like, so you're doing it, and then they're wondering why your body is not reacting. Like you're going, like, is it really fair to them that you just go through the motions and
we have sex and I don't be sexually attracted to you? That's sex is sex. Attraction.
But should you treat yourself?
Attraction is something I'm missing out on.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So should you cheat yourself out of the full experience? Because at the end of the day, if you're not responding to them, then aren't you? Men, y'all right when you like, well, I bust one, didn't I? So that's on you, yo. That's issue. You got to deal with that.
But see, that would be a problem because if I'm not sexually attracted to you, then you being selfish and I can't get off, we really got a problem. In my younger days, I would have stayed. In the back of my mind, I see somebody else. I'm seeing somebody else in my head, whatever the case may be. But in this day and age of me knowing that I only have one life to live, and I'm older and I'm smarter, and we're not gonna play these games. I'm not feeling you like that. We ain't gonna be able to do this. We can hang out. We could be friends. I don't know if you like the F word. I had that before.
Oh, you had what before?
Somebody liked me, and he was a really
Be a good.
I can't say his name,
Right.
but I learned this new word, but I got to look it up and keep figuring it out before I start using it. But he really liked me. And he used to always be like, I'm going to kidnap you. I'm going to kidnap you. And I used to be like, please don't. In my mind, like,
right, because
I'm not attracted to you in that way. Like, I don't see you where I could be like, yeah, kidnap me. Let's go. No, just keep doing let's go get some food, hang out. No, we're not going to do that.
Man, like you say, at this day, everything is at this day and time for me. I believe that, sexual attraction, again, is very important. And it's one of those attractions that cannot be, missing out of a relationship. But in the grand scheme of things, if I had all of this and I had to choose between the sexual attraction and getting everything else from my partner, I'm gonna have to stay. I will not. I won't throw it away. Throw everything else away for the sexual attraction. I just have to pretend in my mind that I'm celibate and be sleeping with this dude every night.
Sleeping with the enemy.
But I'm just like, it would have to be somewhere. I would probably have to get some type of therapy just so I can fix myself. So how I can,
ain't no therapy gonna fix that. Have some therapy. Ain't no therapy about to fix the fact that you is not sexually attracted to this person. The therapist is gonna say, well, why aren't you? And you're gonna just sit there and say, I don't know. It's something, but I ain't figured
right.
it
And
out
maybe
yet.
they can help you figure it out. So it's just like, because I'm like, the thought for me, I think that what would keep me just on the right track is the thought of losing all of that, losing you over, I wouldn't want to do that because, again,
I'm gonna lose you anyway when you catch me with August Alstina. Talking about I had an entanglement and I wasn't really happy when we got married anyway.
And that's probably
I'm gonna lose you anyway.
And that is a prime example.
We just wasting time. We just wasting valuable time.
And I would never I'm like, if I say I love you, then I'm never gonna be out there trying to hurt you or put you in a bad spot, because again, you are all of this, you offer all of this up, all of this amazing stuff. It's just missing the candle on the which happens to be the most important part of the birthday cake. It's missing that.
You take that candle out of there, you lick it.
Man, so
shoot, you tripping.
So what do you guys think? Cedric was saying that they would stay. He was saying that they can always be taught. But again, I would just say, I'm not going to minimize how important the sexual attraction is. I'm not, because again, we breathing.
It's right there. If I ain't trying to check out what's in your pants, if I ain't me and we check y'all out like y'all check us out.
Right.
It has to be something.
Right. He can get out the shower.
Because if I'm not sexually attracted to you and then you just touch me and I'm just like, my nipples don't get hard.
Like, I guess, just lay down, be still like a board. So
he laying there like Sealy.
Right. he died on top of me. All that stuff. So you have to definitely make sure that
hunching in the back then.
It's so important, and you got to just be
this
on
is not a mature topic.
Huh?
This is not a mature topic for me.
It's helpful because, again, this is where you would say, what, I'm making up in my mind, I want to be with this person, and I'm willing to accept that, what,
I want to be with you and an entanglement. And we're going to discuss it. We're going to talk about it. I'm not cheating. I'm not getting caught up.
And that's the thing. So would you ever tell your partner that you're not sexually attracted to them?
That's a hard one, but we're going to have to discuss this, buddy, because it ain't working for me.
I don't know, men are, I don't know,
that ego going to have to get put to the side. We're going to have to figure this out because it's something ain't right, and we need to figure out what it is, or I'm not going to be here.
I don't know, because I would have to really weigh my options on that, because men, their egos are so fragile. So you're telling him, that something is off, and you may be saying it in the nicest way possible. So now that's gonna open up the door for him to go and because now he feel like he got the raise, he got to have his ego stroke.
Now he got to have his ego stroke because you just need to be a man. And let's talk about it like what that girl named Tony Brown said, let's be a man. Let's just talk about it. Hey, the schlong dong ain't making my heart go pitter patter. It ain't putting the butterflies in my stomach. We need to figure this out.
He be like, all right, I'm gonna go put the slong dong on somebody else.
Well, then you go ahead because I already done started trying to entanglement with this little boy down the street. And I already called me like 21 now. You better figure it out.
Ooh, child. I'm just like, yes. I'm just like, so I would say don't. This is a conversation, but I would definitely say, tread lightly.
No, tread that line.
Have the conversation.
We always got to tread lightly for their feelings and emotions.
But even if it's so, are we able to accept if a man tells us that
you come up in my face talking about, baby, I don't like the way you sucked my schlong down last night. Well, daddy, what you want me to do? How you want me to do it right? Because I don't want somebody else to do it. Okay, that's the same thing with my sexual attraction to you. I am not sexually attracted to you. And if that is like right here, we got to talk about this. We got to figure it out. We can't just brush this under the rug because I don't want to hurt his
I just don't know. How do you get it, though? Like,
how
do you, that's something I'm going to explore. How do you, maybe we have to be hypnotized, or I'm going to bring the energy guy.
Don't you hypnotize me?
I'm going to reach out to this guy. Years ago, we had a guy, he read energy. He was an energy reader, and he would tell you all
your
these
aura ain't got nothing to do with you being sexually attracted to somebody.
I'm going to contact him because it could be, I'm going to see a hypnotist.
My aura's off, baby.
Our energies are off. He's like, it could be a trauma.
It's a blockage going on in your root chakra. That's what it is.
And it's causing
your root chakra block.
It's causing a disconnection. So it's causing a disconnection from my attraction.
But when you pass somebody at work or you see somebody outside, is there an attraction? Do you get a little excited when you see the gray pants?
I'm like,
ain't nothing blocked then.
But it's blocked for this one, so I needed to get unblocked for the good one, because then I'm gonna be out here with all the mess and the fecal matter out here in these streets, and that's what I don't want to do. So I would say, if you had to choose, I'm gonna choose to stay. I mean, again, hopefully, everything
would be so miserable.
Hopefully everything else will, I think that everything else will be, it'll make it bearable and it will be okay, but I don't think that it will be. And again, I would just have to really think about that, because it's just like, if
were you sexually attracted to them in the beginning and
that's the thing, did it die down,
or were you never sexually attracted?
Now, if it died down, then it's a problem and that can be fixed. But if it was never there, how do you? I don't know. How do you get that?
Stayed here.
I don't. Ooh, I'm like you. We should have never.
We just did this because you was a great guy. That's it.
And you gave him some great.
And that's how them great guys turned into jackbacks, because some woman held on to him like they do us. They hold on to us because we good women. And then get mad when the girl gone bad, and that's the good guy gone bad,
and that be the end of that. So I'm just like, I don't know. I would say
messed up.
I would say it's so sexual attraction is very, very important. But whether to say make the decision to leave or to stay, I would say you have to use your best judgment, and you have to do what is best for what's best for you. And proceed accordingly. But I'm not gonna say to stay, because I don't know. I'm not saying to leave, because I don't know. Each person's situation is different. But I do say that being sexually attracted to your mate or your spouse is majorly important.
You lucky it won't let me put my gift in.
It just listen, I'd be like, oh child, yes, it's very important. But guys, listen, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all, go to our page, like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot, and Jay is spelled Jaye. for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner, go to YouTube, boop, like and follow us there. Our channel, the J Spot Radio, and then go to TikTok, like and subscribe, like and follow us there, the J Spot, Jaye. Turn on the notification bells. Boop, boop, boop. Until next time, you all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.